What's up, E.D.G family? Kevin here, and today we're going to be diving into Too Many Bones Unbreakable. We're going to be unboxing this. There's a couple expansions. I don't have any add-on gear locks. That was something I wasn't necessarily interested in picking up at the time, and we'll talk more about that as we go. But I've been super excited to get this in. I think this has been about 18 months in the works. I haven't added any new Too Many Bones content since I backed this. And I kind of played things out of order. I'm really excited to get into this one. It is very reminiscent of the content that they put out in Undertow, which was my first dive into Too Many Bones. So we'll be talking about that as well. I will also be bringing along a sidekick. I have a Rogue Dead Guy IPA. I thought this was very thematic. It is got bones on it, so figured that would do the job. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of this cleared, get this tabled, get this poured, and we will get to that unboxing. Alright, so before I get completely into this, I do want to say I have a Rogue Dead Guy IPA going along for this adventure. They start out on day one, you know how it works. This is a 7-point ABV. 69 IBU. This is from Rogue Brewing, and if you're unfamiliar with them, they're out of Oregon. If anybody up by Chip Theory Land has a good suggestion for a beer to maybe adventure through all of this content with, definitely drop me a suggestion. But as far as I can tell, Rogue may be what we may have to dive into with this. So I do have Unbreakable. I do have the Adventure Mat as well. And we have a crossover loot pack. We're definitely going to get through those. I don't know if we'll get through all of the content on this unboxing. I want to try to keep it tight. And if we don't, I will link the next video, maybe right now. We'll see what happens. But I do want to throw a couple things out. I want to say, first of all, congratulations to Gilly, Josh, Adam for getting this campaign done. This is fantastic. I could not be more excited to get this in. Probably still as excited as when they announced it. Also, the rest of the team, you guys are fantastic. I have obviously talked to a few of you, Chip Theory support. You guys do a fantastic job. But I also want to throw this out. This is the packaging that they shipped Unbreakable in, and I gotta say, kudos. This is awesome. I love the green initiative here. These look like they're basically the boxes that these came in. I don't know how many of these you're able to use, but fantastic work, and a good time to test bed you guys' shipping process. You know, when you got an Unbreakable product like this, you know, gives you a little bit of a leeway to ship with some cardboard. But I am going to let that sit for a second, and we're going to go ahead and get this unboxed. Like I said, super excited about this. Very similar to the content with Undertow, which was my first dive into Too Many Bones. I picked up Undertow. I got some additional gear locks. If anybody is interested in getting into that game, that is a very reasonable price point to start at. I would at least say, especially if you're gonna add a couple gear locks. I think a lot of people say, you know, Undertow is more complicated than the base game, but I don't think by much. I think if you added a couple beginner-friendly gear locks, it wouldn't be too bad. But let's get a good look at this box art. I do like it. I don't think I like it as much as Undertow, but I think they did a good job. I am excited. In fact, these two gear locks, I was more interested in them than any of the three add-ons. Polaris probably the next addition from this set of waves, but I don't have them all. I need to pick up some Gasket. I've heard great things about them. Riffle also on my list, but we're gonna dive into these and you know, play a ton of them before we probably pick up another one. But let's go ahead and get this unboxed. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I do want to throw this out because I figured they probably would have some under the lid box art. Generally always have those nice touches. Now we'll move that out of the way, and we got ourselves a good rule book, and this is very much packed. I kind of thought it would, like Undertow, as far as its organization. But let's look through this rule book real quick. So, you know, we got tyrants right here. I believe there are 5. I think 2 of them play together. Maybe not this content, but I believe 2 of them play together. We'll have a whole new battle mat. We got some rock lava chips. We'll see those in a second. 2 new gear locks, tons of encounters, storage. I do have the trove chest, so that will be fun. Something I thought about when I was thinking about what else was going to be new was they added an adventure token, got rid of the little adventure bead. And so we'll see how that looks. But everything else looks very similar to what you would see if you were already kind of familiar with Too Many Bones. So we will get this out of the way, and we will let's take these cards out. I was interested to see what all the new tuck boxes would look like. We will probably not get too much into this. If you're familiar with the game, you know these are going to be your health chips. These are going to be your lane markers. Pretty common. I'll probably throw those in the trove chest just so we have a fresh copy. We got dice. We have, I'm guessing, a bunch of the new Tyrant dice. Get this lid off. Bunch of the new Tyrant dice. Probably right there. We got, I believe this is Figment's initiative die. Won't go through too much stuff. I know a lot of people want to look and kind of feel this out for themselves. This is, I'm blanking. Why am I blanking? Gale. Gales, I like this lighter color. Very cool. And then we have some, I'm guessing just more, these look familiar, especially if you played Splice and Dice. These look pretty familiar as far as what some of these status effects are. We got lane initiative dice for our baddies. More status dice. I believe these are for these little tokens. Familiar with Age of Tyranny, do not have it. But these are going to go in her mat. Kind of mark out what, I believe there's spots that she marks out. I'm not really completely sure. I don't, like I said, I also kind of like to dive into this myself. I don't like to have too many spoilers. So I'm not going to go through too many cards, too many things like that, too many bones. And here's this here is what I was interested in. So this is a little token, little chip to replace the bead that they used on these. I like this. It'll probably be better for playthroughs as far as tracking stuff goes. And then we do have, in here, we have Gale's character chip. So, very cool, very cool. Double-sided, you know, get your innate. And then the other thing that's definitely new in this is going to be this new D6. I think it looks really, really cool for this content. It is got that marbled lava stone look. Very cool, very cool. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, and I think we can probably taste this. I have had this one before. But definitely got some citrus. Hops are kind of subtle on the nose. We will look and see what's in these tuck boxes, at least how they're organized. Two different stacks. We got an encounter cover card here, and then it looks like just our Tyrant cards. I see we got Rock and Roll right there, and then these just look like general Unbreakable encounter cards. So there are those. These will obviously all go in the trove chest. Not for a little while though. I think I might leave this box out just so I can play through it. Campaign cards are in here. It looks like we got some loot, trove loot, and more. Nope, these are going to be our special encounters. So those are pretty cool. Alright. Now let's start pulling out the rest of these. We have all of Figment and, I just said it, Gale. Figment and Gale's skill dice, their stat dice. I do like the color on both of these. Very cool. I like the lighter color, but I also really I dig in this gray. Dig in this, I don't know if it's more of a cobalt. Yeah, it's almost more of a cobalt, but very, very cool on the dice. I think we're doing pretty good so far. We might get through most of this. These are all going to be together. These are going to be our baddies. I don't know if they're separated. I know we have a new baddie type. Break baddie type, I believe, is what they're called. I'm going to see if I get this open, though. I want to show this guy off. So here is where Figment's chip is. And then we do have a special chip in here, kind of like Undertow, I believe, had a special chip. Just shows Figment. I don't know, it is purple. Maybe it's a special mechanic for him. I'm not really sure. I said purple. I meant cobalt. And then we have this guy, which is a thicker tracking chip than what is coming in the other one. So we'll get this mat out here in a second, and you'll see that it stands up a little bit. It'll be easier to turn. I know I didn't have a problem, but I could see why they did it. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to get too far into all of these baddie types. It should say what we got as far as rulebook goes. We have, no, doesn't have them actually broken down. Just 19 1-point baddies, 14 5-point baddies, 7 20-point baddies. I believe most of the baddies that were added as far as the crowdfunding went is gonna be in 40Ks. So we can probably look more at that when we get those open, because those are just gonna be chips and cards, I believe. Yeah, so we will put this guy off to the side. If you needed some fresh attack and defense dice, we have more. Obviously, if this is your first dive into Too Many Bones, you won't have those already. But let's get into here. We got the mats. We'll go ahead and look at that mat while we're getting into these. I don't know if I was the only one confused by how they were shipping in waves with their last update, but I am glad that I got everything I pledged for all in at once. That's awesome. I was kind of thinking, you know, if Undertow or if Unbreakable came in at once, we'd do that one first and then kind of do these. But like I said, this is going pretty good. I think we can probably get into these other boxes. Figment. This is Figment's battle mat. Looks pretty good. Like I said, I really like this color. I don't know what it is, but we do have a couple different. It doesn't really say on here what his specialties. Oh no, Time Skipper, Staff Wielder, Theoretician, and Phantom. 4 starting health, 2 dexterity, 1 and 1. Yeah, I'm pretty used to those stats. I will say, I do believe even until this day, one of my favorite gear lock is potentially Stanza and Undertow. Really enjoy her. So another reason I really wanted to dive into these two before I got too many more gear locks. Now we got Gale. She's got movement protocol, defensive protocol, attack protocol, and medical protocol. Like I said, I know she has some kind of mechanic with those tokens that are gonna go in here. She's got 4 health, 3 dexterity, 2 attack, 1 defense. Man, she is. It must be harder for her to get some of these skill lines up, because those stats compared to Figment, I mean, she's got an extra dex, she's got an extra attack. She is melee ranged, right? She's a melee. He's a ranged. Okay, that helps. Yeah. Really like this lighter color. And then we have this new battle mat. And I might try to dig in for those chips. New battle mat. I noticed they put the initiative tracker on the other side. You're gonna be like, hey, if you hadn't seen anything on this content, you're gonna be like, hey, there's holes. Well, they are supposed to be there. I'm gonna see if I can find these chips though, because I didn't really want to go through all of these. But oh, there we go. I just had to look at the next stack. Here we go. Here we go. So we got some lava, non-lava chips. Very interested in this mechanic. I have to imagine this is gonna be a bit more complicated than Undertow. I didn't really think the raft movement was too much extra compared to what you already had. I mean, a few getting back on. I think we'll see a little bit more complexity with this, especially with having to take damage. I know there's a lot of different ways to flip these. It looks like a lot of these ships are different. That's kind of cool. This got something cool on it. Something going in the lava. I don't know how many of these are going to be different. No, those look different. I feel like the lava sides. Yeah, I think all these ships are completely different. I like it. It's all that extra. Yeah, there we go. It's all that extra work, and it makes this game look really good. Oh, I don't know why I flipped that. Yeah, that's basically going to be the new battle mat. Really cool. We got, I assume that's some kind of helpful guy. Oh, gear lock, baddies. Gotcha. Looks cool. All right, we'll go ahead and keep going, and I'm going to open this guy. I'm going to open this adventure mat. I liked the other adventure mat. I thought it was super useful. The other one was double-sided for the base game and for Undertow. I'm guessing this one will have... We have two different mats because I believe we have a northern Daelore and a southern Daelore. Both are below. I'm not exactly sure, but here's what I was looking at. See, a little bit easier to turn that ship in there. And there is the other side. Southern Daelore, single tyrant. Okay, so that's kind of how it's working. This is a single tyrant map, and the Northern Daelore is a campaign map. Very cool. I do like the little short campaign. I'm glad they stuck with that for this. Haven't played Age of Tyranny, but I like as far as getting through a campaign, it is super helpful. And then we have our PVC reference guides. I know there's a whole lot on here. Be a quick little go through. I don't think I'll need that. We have a master baddie skills reference sheet. So I think this is going to be the one that you're just going to need. This is going to be the one you grab every time from now on. There are going to be, I'm going to believe all of them. And this is just baddie skills. Because yeah, we got lava flow. We definitely didn't have that before. Then we have a full breakdown guide of breaking down your turn. New day, new encounter, divide spoils and apply, and recovery. So, a little reference sheet there. And then the two more important, well, I mean, I guess if you don't know all the baddie skills, that one's probably the most important. But our reference sheets for both of our brand new gear locks, Gale and Figment. She is ranked 1 out of 4 difficulty for cooperative, 3 out of 4 difficulty for solo. And then he is ranked 2 out of 4 difficulty for cooperative and also 3 out of 4 for solo. So I'm down. I like that. Like I said, I've heard that I feel like these aren't as difficult as the Undertow ones. And then to wrap it up, we do have a got some art at the bottom. Got some art at the bottom of the box. But we'll keep on moving. I think we're making for some decent time. I am going to go through this real quick, though. This is the Too Many Bones crossover pack. It is just got some loot that's based off of their other games. I believe it was a promotional item if you either just backed or you had followed. We have some Trove loot. Not necessarily going to tell you what they all do, but I will tell you that we have a Trove loot from, this is called Dustbreaker. I believe this one is going to be from Hoplomachus. We have this loot, which is a command module. If you're not familiar with Burn Cycle, that is definitely a reference to that. And then this loot is Convoluted Hummingbird, and that would be a Cloud Spire reference. So, very cool. I'll put these back in here for right now. And then you know what? I think we'll get into caves and we'll save the other two. I think that is the right play. Let's get into caves. And we'll save waves and rage for another unboxing. So let's get into 40 caves. This was basically a built-on expansion from the campaign. All the stretch goals, I believe, went between all 3 of these expansions, but this was the one that basically kind of got built from the campaign. Before we get too far into that, let's taste this guy. Very hop forward. Very hop forward on the front. Dry finish. Definitely those citrus notes come in there too. Very good, very good. Definitely a higher IBU, higher ABV IPA. Alright, so we got 40 caves in Daelore. And this is basically like 40 days in Daelore, but for Unbreakable. So this will be all Unbreakable specific content. We have this really cool chip holder. I don't think I have too many of these, because I think the only other one that has them, I'm assuming those do, but 40 days, I'm guessing. And then we have this awesome tuck box. Tuck box looks great. 40 days in Daelore. And this is what it says. Welcome to 40 Caves in Daelore. The expansion for Too Many Bones Unbreakable adds more baddies and encounters into your game. Here's how to integrate 40 caves into your game of Unbreakable. Mix the new baddies in with the existing Unbreakable baddies and create active stacks as normal using the baddies of the appropriate types for the tyrant you're facing. These baddies can even be used when playing Too Many Bones base game. Though note that, I believe these are the break baddies, will not be called for by any of the base game tyrants. I believe the only one in Undertow that could use them is maybe Nobulus. I believe that's right. Then I'm not sure about Splice and Dice. It's been a minute since I've jumped into Splice and Dice. So I'm not sure if any of them else have that, but I do know that there is a, you know what? There's got to be an easier way to do that. Cool. Huh. Is there really? Right down the middle? Yeah. I didn't even look. These do have easy opens. You do not need a knife. Sometimes the easy opens aren't easy opens though. So I'm gonna see if I can't get into this. There we go. Alright, we'll look at these real quick. So we got that little explanation, and then it looks like we just have... How many general? Are they all general? So we have 25 general encounter cards to mix in. And I'll probably play through most of this and then add those in. We have 2 special. We have 12 solo. And then we have an additional 40 caves tyrant encounter for Cinder. I believe Cinder is like the main one. I'm not really sure. I believe that's who is on the box. We'll grab these guys. So I believe that's 40 cards. I didn't count them. So let's throw that back in there. Let's look through a couple of these. Should be, yep. I don't know if these are all going to be break type. I don't think they are. This, on the other hand, may actually require a knife. There we go. Tons of components if you're new to this series. Tons of components. Alright, so we got, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. That may be, okay. Looks like we got 6 1-pointers from I believe that's Orc Troll, I believe that's Troll, that's gonna be a break, that's gonna be a break, that's gonna be a break. So looks like just a couple Orcs and Trolls and then break. Makes sense. I kind of feel like they were lacking. I think that's kind of why they chose to do those. And then we got more. I believe, oh, we got a Bog type 5-pointer. But yeah, just some, I believe these are Trolls. And then some breaks. It actually probably says. You know what? Yep, Trolls. Generally, they put them in the name. And then we have some, looks like some hybrid. These are all going to be duo type break. I can't remember what this symbol's for, but they have bog, troll, and orc. So looks like that's pretty much what's going to be in the 40 caves. But like I said, I feel like those were lacking. I feel like they said that they needed more, and they added them. Maybe we'll be more even now. But that is everything in 40 Caves of Daelore. Alright, so I think that's pretty much going to wrap up this unboxing. I am going to link the next one. I'm going to shoot content for Rage and Waves. And we'll look at those. Shorter unboxing. But let me know, what are you the most excited about in this wave? I mean, wave of content. I'm definitely just excited to get it Unbreakable. This stuff will probably set for a little bit. But I'm sure some of you have probably ordered gear locks that you're probably just as excited about exploring and getting into those. But I will be shooting some playthroughs of this, so if you are interested in seeing more Too Many Bones content, definitely subscribe, definitely like this video. I'll probably be shooting more Too Many Bones content regardless, so yeah. But also, if you haven't already, check out the Discord. Join the E.D.G family over there. Usually pretty active, lots of good conversations about everything with the channel. And I will see you guys on the next one. Much love.